Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. In today's video, I'm going to share with you my portfolio. I'm going to focus on the technology sector today, and then in the next few videos, I'm going to reveal the rest of the sectors that I have in my portfolio. So I will be giving you a quick analysis of each of these stocks, okay, in this pie. So I use Trading 212, and Trading 212 allows you to create a pie. So I'm going to share with you the pie, and I'm going to show you exactly what's in it, how much I bought, for each share, how many companies that I own, everything. And so you can see in front of you right now, the first company that we're going to look at is Apple. So let me share with you the whole section first, and then I'm going to break it down and show you, give you like a quick analysis of each one of these stocks and why I own them. Now, before I get started on this I've been investing now for about a year, and basically almost about a year now. And before that, I have basically done a lot of research. I've read a lot of books. I've spoken to a lot of people, and I was always being skeptical about the stock market. But then last year I started, and you know what? It's been absolutely brilliant. I know the stock market goes up, it goes down, and people can't take it. You worry about you losing your money and so on, and rightly so. But if you're buying blue chip companies that are making profit, companies that going to be around for a long time, companies that you understand, do not put your money into a company that if you don't understand the company, there's no point in basically putting your money into some random company that you've never heard of. And a lot of people are doing that right now, especially what's going on in the news this week. So just be careful, okay? Invest your money, find companies that you trust and exactly their product, or maybe you're a consumer yourself. So for example, Apple, if you have Apple product, then you know what the quality of those products are. Just invest in those companies. Okay, so let me share with you the portfolio. So as you can see, I've owned 5 different companies in this sector. So this is technology sector, and as you can see, I've got Apple, 33 shares of Apple. I have bought, when I bought them, basically I think this might be the first company I actually invested in. I can't remember exactly now, but I think it might be the first company I invested in. Okay, and again, it's one of those companies where the product so well, so why not? That was basically my reason to be at the time. And obviously I've done my research about the fact that in terms of halalness, and to make sure the products that they own and the products that they sell meets the Sharia compliance. So each share at the moment, my average cost is about £82 or £81.50. At the moment, in market price of, by the way, this is in pounds. I had to convert everything to pounds because it makes sense, otherwise there's no point. I created my own spreadsheet, so this is something I've created. So there's loads of YouTubers that I've actually got created. So if you're interested how to do one for yourself, just go YouTube it, and I'm sure there will be someone out there to show you how to do it. Now the cost basis, so at the moment is about £2,700 I put into Apple. Current price, basically market value, is £2,000, almost £300. It's up 22% for this year. Now Apple is one of those companies, they just released their earnings. I mean, maybe in next week or week after, I'm going to do a quick analysis to show you exactly what basically the breakdown their revenue basically. Okay, so annual dividend for Apple is about 50 pence, so that's not bad at all for a growth company. And again, when you're investing in basically your money, you need to think about what you're getting. Are you just going to get a dividend every year, and maybe 1 or 2% increase in prices, or are you going to get a company like Apple that grows at maybe 10% or more every single year? So you have to basically take into consideration 2 things: the dividend that you're receiving at the end of the year, how fast they grow their dividend, as well as that you need to think about the basic price appreciation as well. So at the moment, for my 33 shares, I'm getting about £17 a year, which is great. Okay, so let's have a quick look at Apple. At the moment, they trade in 139. They were down yesterday, even though their earnings, they basically released their earnings, and for this quarter that just finished for 2020, they made over $100 billion in revenue. This is basically 2 trillion company. Is the biggest company in the world. But at the moment, because the market is really strange, you can expect this to go up, but it went completely the opposite. Now, it's not too cheap for me to purchase it yet, so hopefully if it goes down maybe a little bit more, I might get 2 or 3 more shares and see how that goes. Okay, so in terms of dividend, I've already shared that with you, but Apple, if you Google Apple, you will find out everything you need to know about Apple. Okay, so let's go on the next one. So the next one is Broadcom. Let me just show you what this company does, and then we'll take it from there. So again, it's a semiconductor company. So what they do is basically they produce chips and infrastructure software. Let's have a look at their breakdown of their revenue, basically where it comes from. So annual financial data over the last few years, you can see since 2016 they've been growing their net revenue. They've been growing their margins. They've been growing their free cash flow. This is a great company. This is a company that's growing every single year. Okay, and as you can see from their net revenue to gross margins to their free cash flow. Now, this is their product. So the product range, okay, they've got semiconductor solutions, so networking, broadband services, storage, wireless, industrial, as well as mainframes and so on, cybersecurity. So majority of their revenue actually comes from the semiconductor solutions, which is obviously where they get a lot of their money from. Now, if you look at their basically their dividend growth in the last since 2016, look at that, almost 50%. They've grown their dividend since 2016 in the last 4 or 5 years, about 50%. 50%. That's really I don't know how they do this, but they've got so much money. They are growing as a company, and obviously they have so much cash. And if you look at their basically the market cap of $183 billion, which is again great to see. So again, it's one of those companies, like if you understand the semiconductor side of things, if you're into technology like I am, my background is computer science, so I actually have a lot of knowledge in this side of things, so I'm okay to buy these sort of companies. I can read this and understand exactly what's going on. I can go over there to the financials and understand where they're getting their money from. So again, if you're not in that sort of a person, or maybe you know your background is different to that, then just look into companies where you, like if you're in the healthcare side of things, invest in healthcare companies. I don't know a lot about healthcare companies. I'm learning at the moment, but obviously you know invest in companies that way you understand basically their products and so on, because it makes things easier, trust me. Okay, and if we have a look at the moment, simply Wall Street is undervalued. And I don't actually understand that, because it's really interesting, because a company that's grown so much and has a great dividend and is still way undervalued. So maybe it's overlooked. Okay, the only thing is their price, share price is quite high. So I'm hoping maybe in the next few months, years, they might do hopefully a price split. Okay, so it becomes easier to purchase their stock. But yeah, so it's one of those great companies. Have a look at it. The future growth at the moment is about 33%, which is great to see. Their dividend, like we said earlier, is about 3% as well, yield per year. So again, have a look at this company if you're interested. And yeah, absolutely great company. I've only got 2 shares at the moment. Okay, £322. At the moment, I think it's up. Yeah, it's about 2%. It was up a little bit more than that in the last few days, but obviously as the markets go down, it goes down with it. But the good thing about it is, even though it's 2.2 shares, I'm getting about £20. Okay, £20 per year, which is amazing if you think about it. Okay, I've only invested a small amount of money. Okay, when I say small, about £700. Okay, and what I'm getting for £20 per share, as well as that price appreciation. So great to see. The next company is Microsoft. I own 12 shares, £155. Okay, and at the moment I think it's up about 11%. And their dividend is not great, but they are growing every single year, so £16. So if we have a look at their dividend growth, I think for the last few years, if you look at the dividend, so 17 years and about 10% each year, which is really good to see. And this is what you will get per share that you own. So at the moment, if you look at my portfolio, that's what I'm getting, £16 for owning about 12 shares. Now at the moment, it's one of those companies that are undervalued. So if you look at the valuation at the moment, you can see is actually overvalued. Okay, so not undervalued, sorry, overvalued at the moment. But again, it's one of those companies, like, they will be around for a very long time. They will be growing their dividend. They will be basically making a new product. And I'm planning to do, they've just released their earnings, so I'm going to do a new video just to kind of dig deeper and see exactly what's going on in the company. Now, future growth, again, about 9%, great. Okay, let's go to their dividend, and that is about 1%, which is not great in comparison to Broadcom. But again, what you will end up getting with Microsoft is the growth of the company, the price appreciation, and the fact is paying you a dividend and is spending about 30% of their net income to pay that. So again, you know they're not going to cut that dividend for a very long time. Okay. All right, next one is Qualcomm. Let's have a look at what the company does first. Again, another sort of a semiconductor technology company that allows you to, you know, a lot of their actually the revenue comes from, comes from their mobile phone devices. So they do a lot of wireless products. They do, and if you actually own a mobile phone and it's Apple, most likely the chip on your mobile phone is actually produced by Qualcomm. Okay, again, one of those great companies. One thing I really love about this company at the moment is the fact that they are one of the leading companies when it comes to developing the 5G technologies. Okay, again, at the moment, let me have a show you, is overvalued at the moment. It actually went down the last couple of days, and I bought 2 more shares. Initially, I didn't have, I think I had about 5 or 4. Let me double check. Yeah, I had about 5, I think, and I bought 2 shares basically recently because it actually went down a little bit. So it's actually a great company to, and I'm gonna dollar average it. You know what? One thing I really like is the fact that some companies will obviously escape from you. So you want to basically buy it, and all of a sudden you realize the price is too much. Okay, what you then do is here and there just buy a little bit fractional shares. If you basically have one of those brokerage where they allow you to buy fractional shares, just buy £20, £30. So the day it goes down, just buy £50. The day it goes up, buy, and maybe, I don't know, £10, whatever it is, it will average it. And this is what you're trying to do, is basically bring this down. Okay, if you can bring your average cost down, that's absolutely brilliant. As you can see, I own basically 7 shares. At the moment, I'm getting about £11 in dividend, which is great. And at the moment, it's up about 8%. So I'm going to keep it, I'm going to add to it, and then see how that goes in the next couple of years. The final company that I have, I've just added and just bought 1 share, is Taiwan Semiconductor. Okay, this is owned basically a company that again is in the semiconductor industry. This is actually one of those companies where they deal with everybody in the semiconductor side of things. They create chips for other companies. They produce those products for the big companies. I think Intel is now talking to them to actually use them to produce their chips as well, because it's probably easier for them to produce in Taiwan than anywhere else. Okay, so at the moment, this company is they trade in £125. It's over $556 billion company at the moment. That's their market cap. Okay, their dividend, I think, is about 1%. Okay, so their dividends is not that bad. So you get about almost $2 per share that you own. They're spending about 44% of their net revenue to actually pay you, and they have been doing this, 18% growth over the last 5 years. That's not bad basically at all. I'm not sure why basically they haven't increased it at all. If you look at this company, is one of those companies that is still overvalued, so I wouldn't actually buy a lot at the moment. So I'm going to hopefully wait for a dip and then just add to it here and there. If you look at the future and growth, okay, about 12%, which is great to see. Again, dividend 1.6, like what we've seen early. So it's not basically, at the moment, it's a little bit pricey. So I'm gonna definitely going to wait for maybe a dip or something, because yesterday went down, and initially I had a half a share, so I bought a little bit more yesterday. So hopefully we'll see how that goes. But yeah, there you go. So that's my overall portfolio for this sector side of things, technology side of things. So in the next couple of videos, I'm going to share with you the rest of the sectors and then reveal that my whole portfolio. At the moment, I'm going to show you the summary of the basic overall portfolio, how much actually I've put in and how much I've actually gained. Just bear in mind, it took me almost a year of really putting a lot of money into the market. Okay, so this, what you see, is not just something that happened all of a sudden. I'm not a day trader. I'm actually putting a lot of my own money and just letting it grow initially, slowly. If it, inshallah, see how things go. But if the stock market dips and if I have a little bit of money lying around, I'll definitely add. And dollar averaging every single week, okay, about 200 to 250 pounds each week, and then just grow it. I've been doing that for a long time, but then lately I kind of stopped because I'm running out of ISA. In the UK, if you're not in the UK, basically we get about £20,000 basically allowance to use an ISA account, which basically is tax haven, if you like. Okay, so this is my overall portfolio. This is how much I put in. This is the market value of my portfolio at the moment. This is up about £4,000 and 21% at the moment. Now this is something I'm working on at the moment. The dividend yield, okay, for my portfolio is 1.3. Inshallah, my plan is to get to a 2 by the end of this year, okay, and hopefully by the time 2023 2024 get to at least 3 or more, because what I'm trying to do is, as you can see, this is called passive income. I'm trying to develop that passive income. I'm trying to build it. Okay, and if that's the way, I want about 3 to 4% dividend yield portfolio, and inshallah we'll see how that goes. But yeah, this is where I am at the moment. Like I was saying earlier, I have been adding to basically the stock market. I've been buying shares here and there. Whenever there's a dip, I just buy a little bit more. If it goes up sometimes and you know it's the time to buy, I will definitely did not hesitate and just buy small shares here and there. So inshallah, next couple of videos, I'm going to share with you the rest of my portfolio. But this is the overall portfolio. This is not just for the technology. Okay, so it's up about £4,000 at the moment. So alhamdulillah, it's really good considering the way things were this year. That is amazing. I mean, on a lot of the companies that I own, including these ones that you see here, I can sleep at night and not having to worry about this going down. If Apple goes down, I know it will come back. You know why? Because the intrinsic values, okay, or the book value of the Apple is great. Everyone knows Apple. They're making a lot of money. They've got free cash flow. They are a well-known company. They're not going to go out of business anytime soon, and that's the reason why I'm trying to find blue chip companies. Okay, I've got short list as well, which I will share with you in the next video. So I have a short list of companies. I do the research before, so I don't buy just last minute. What I normally tend to do is I'll do the research, I'll put it on my short list, and if I see a dip and it goes to the price range that I identified to be a good price, I will then go in and buy those shares. That's exactly what happened with Taiwan Semiconductor. In 2 days, basically went down a little bit, so I just bought half a share and then I bought another half a share. So at the moment it's still down, so if it goes down maybe a bit more in the next couple of days, I'll probably add to it and then see how that goes. As you can see, even though I own 1 share, I still get £1 for that. Oh, by the way, the only thing I forgot to tell you is if I've taken into consideration, so what you see here is after the 15% tax, because in UK we have to pay for US stocks, we have to pay about 15% basically tax. So I've taken that into consideration. So there you go. Anyway, thank you very much for watching the video. Please subscribe, like, comment, let me know what you think, share with your friends and families, and inshallah, I'm going to come up with a few more videos in the next couple of days and share with you the rest of the portfolio. I'm going to do a quick analysis, obviously, and deep analysis on Apple and Microsoft, because their earnings just came out and I want to know exactly how that went. So take care, everybody. Assalamu alaikum.